Hi guys, I'm slahser, and this is Road to Top 200. In this video I will look at one of my Windranger games, explaining my thought processes behind my decisions and also pointing out the mistakes I make during the game. At the start of a game, always look over your opponent's heroes and identify the things you need to watch out for. In this game I am quite confident against Ursa and Troll, since as long as I have my Windranger up, they won't be able to kill me. There are however 3 heroes who are all quite good against Windranger: Storm, Earthshaker and especially Clockwork. At least I have Earth Spirit who are able to pull me away from Clockwork, but I will generally need to avoid his hook until I get a BKB later. At the beginning I mess up my block a bit, letting a melee creep split past. My opponent's block isn't that good either though, so the creep positioning in the middle isn't as bad as it could be. If the creeps were at the red line, it would be a way better position for him, since he is harder to gank and I will miss uphill. At 3 minutes I harass Storm enough that I force a TP reaction from Earthshaker, making him waste 100 gold and thus getting even farther away from Blink Dagger. Just 5 seconds away from the 4-minute mark I leave the lane to check rune. Invis rune is a must to leave lane for early, just as haste is something you should prioritize. At 10 minutes I have another Invis rune saved. I haven't pushed the tower since it is too risky against Storm and Earthshaker, who help mid a lot. If Troll had tried to help Earthshaker, I would have engaged him, but since he ran back, I get Shaker instead. Roshan is a very high priority to get, since if we don't kill him, then either Ursa or Troll will. That is why we attempt a risky Roshan at the 12-minute mark. After we kill them all, I'm in a very bad spot. I'm not sure if Clock has hook up, so I can't just run back. But since Wyvern is almost full HP, I ask him to block the hook. Can you block him? Can you block him? Block his hook, block his hook, block his hook! Don't come so close. Okay, cool. At the 18-minute mark I push mid tier 2, since I see Clock and Storm close to their tier 1 tower fighting my allies. When Troll engages me I can just run away, having done decent damage against the tier 2 mid tower. At 20 minutes I grab another Invis rune and head top for Ursa. After getting Ursa with Furion, Storm zips top and starts killing Furion. Here I lose my overview of the situation and my camera position is terrible. I should have moved my camera so I would be able to see more below Storm, since that is where any other heroes would be coming from. I don't need to see the space between me and my tier 1 top tower. This mistake allows Clockwork to actually just walk up and cock me, and even though I react, it is too late and he kills me as well. If I had better camera position, I could have survived there. In the fight in 22 minutes, I make the biggest mistake of my game. The teamfight starts with an even trade. We lose Juggernaut and Winter Wyvern, but we get Storm and Clockwork. What happens then is that I decide to use Windranger against Earthshaker, who can only hit me for max 400 damage with his totem right click. This was a big mistake, since I had not seen the Shadowblade Ursa engage yet. When the Ursa then engage on me, I have neither Windrun nor Shackle, and he quickly brings me down. They're on me. 24 minutes in, I almost managed to kill Troll solo, but Fisher prevents me. Can we please get Jogger here? Jogger. The Troll underestimates my damage and chases me, and since I have Windranger up, I am easily able to manfight him. Juggernaut, thank you. I kept asking for Juggernaut's help, even though he starts moving towards me fairly quickly, which I could have seen on the minimap. I do not see this however, since I am focused on the fight, and I get a bit annoyed at him that he doesn't communicate at all. It would have helped me a lot if he had simply said coming, so I knew I could count on him. We then decide to do a risky Roshan at 26 minutes. But we have to, since if we don't take it, they can quickly do it, even sneak it with Ursa or Troll. Earth Spirit's position is great, and he managed to block Clockwork's hook. If Jogger had hesitated just 1 second with picking up Aegis, Storm would have gotten Aegis, and that would have been horrible for us. At 28 minutes top, I want to bait solo. Don't come here, don't come here, don't come here, don't come here. You don't come here. You shouldn't be here. I've showed myself and I am farming lane, and for some reason Earth Spirit decides to show himself as well, even though there is no reason for him to do so. We get a decent start on the teamfight, but end up fighting without the Juggernaut. At least I managed to disengage in time and TP away safely. At 31 minutes we managed to take out Troll and push the top tier 2 tower. Our position is horrible though, which is partly my fault. Earthshaker managed to get a really good engage on us. I tried to run in the opposite direction and TP out, but unfortunately they have enough mobility to catch me. If Furion had sent his treants past the tower and scouted with them, that would have helped us a lot. We feel stronger than them though, so we decide to push high ground. Let's go back, They might chase, maybe we can be able to defend. If they chase too far, you shouldn't TP top for him. Oh, we need to back off now. Turn is top. We need to stay together. After we disengage, they chase us, and with a very good shackle we managed to kill them. The Furion had just TP'd top, so unfortunately he wasn't able to join us. Afterwards we quickly get the racks. Can we get Furion here? Get racks, can we get Furion? Go. Can you disable the Urge? Disable Shaker. Disable Shaker, disable Shaker, disable Shaker, disable him. Okay, can we back off now? Can we just go back? Can you guys go back? Just get out. I don't stay with the team since I have no mana, and I would probably have died as well if I stayed. We push mid tier 3 at 38 minutes where I have an Aegis.
Don't stand close together.
I also have a BKB, and with Windrun that means I'm almost impossible to take down until one of them gets an MKB. I don't like Wyvern's position here though. He should never come close to me, there's really no need for him to be there. If Shaker or Clock engage on me, he will be caught and bursted down as well. We managed to win the teamfight however, and I tank a lot during the fight.
Can we end the game? Can we end the game? Can we end the game? Don't stand close together, don't stand close together.
We decide to go for the throne then, and when attacking 2 tier 4 towers, we have pretty much perfect positioning. We stand far enough to not get caught together by Clock or Earthshaker, but close enough to actually help each other.
Use cheese. Anyone give him mana?
After we get the first tier 4 tower, my teammates decide to break our formation and clump up. I would have liked to see Jogger stand direct at the tower in front, while Winter Wyvern should have went a bit behind Furion, since his damage is very insignificant, and he could just stand behind us and save us. When my teammates are fighting, I decide to go for the throne. This could have worked if my teammates would just have survived a little longer, but since they had a bad position, they die very quickly, and I didn't get picked off twice, making my Aegis useless. At 43 minutes we decide to push top. I have BKB and booster travels, so I can die and then buyback and TP back into the fight. I therefore decide to play very aggressively, basically being the tank for the team. There are 3 heroes who try to focus me, but Troll quickly has to back up because my damage is so insane. I tank all of Clockwork's spells, while he does pretty much nothing to me.
Help me, help me, help me, help me. Nice.
Even though Earthshaker buys back, we still push. I decide to enter base so we're not clumped up while sitting tier 3 top. I am surprised however by Troll buying an MKB, and it does significant damage to me, and Earthshaker finishes me off. At this point they are all at their top tier 3 tower. I see our creeps are pushing their throne, and Glyph is still on about 30-second cooldown.
Go fight, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. I take throne, keep fighting, keep fighting. Keep fighting, keep fighting.
I instantly buy back and TP to our creeps at the throne, and manage quickly to bring it down while my allies are fighting. Alright, that is it. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Please like and subscribe, and you can also support me at Patreon to help make this kind of content possible.